In this video, we've compiled some of the biggest fights on Hardcore Pawn. So without further ado, let's get started.
What is this? Do you see a raw chicken in here? Can I eat that? No. Okay then. This don't work.
A man arrived with a broken television set and an unexpected surprise inside: raw chicken. He claimed that he had purchased the TV from the shop and it didn't work, demanding a refund. Seth Gold engaged in a negotiation with the disgruntled customer. The man insisted that the faulty TV warranted a full refund of $50 without any further inspection. He was adamant and didn't possess a receipt to validate his purchase. Despite Seth's attempt to explain the need to check the item, the customer persisted in demanding his money back, disregarding any potential examination of the broken television.
Give me my money.
Even if we did sell on this unit, which we clearly didn't, I'm not gonna take this thing back. It smells horrible. I think the chicken's been in there literally a week.
The pungent smell emanating from the TV was attributed to the chicken, which had apparently been inside for about a week. As tensions escalated, the customer began questioning the whereabouts of the shop owner, but Seth remained firm. The situation deteriorated further, with the customer making provocative remarks about the chicken and challenging the security guard. He wanted to get his money back, even though he had no receipt for the purchase.
Where the owner at, man? I don't even know why I'm talking to you, man. Where the owner? I'm gonna get my mother money, bro.
No, you're not.
Ultimately, the customer left the pawn shop empty-handed, but not before expressing his intent to salvage the raw chicken and enjoy a barbecue. While he had entered the shop hoping for a refund, he now saw an opportunity for an unconventional lunch. The incident left those involved perplexed and bewildered by the absurdity of the encounter.
And now you can have that, and I'm about to still go barbecue and eat good.
Well, he was thinking refund. What I was thinking, lunch.
Oh, I'm good. I'm finna be even better, baby. I got 3 bowling balls for you. They hot and ready. I just want like 150 though, 50 a ball.
A woman entered the pawn shop and Les Gold, the owner, initiated a negotiation with her. She expressed her desire to sell 3 bowling balls. Les inquired about the amount of money she was expecting, and she mentioned a price of $150 for the balls. Curious about the reason behind her need for money, Les asked her about it. The woman explained that she wanted to purchase some new equipment. Although initially interested in the bowling balls, Les reconsidered their value when the woman accidentally almost broke his counter. Considering the damage and the limited demand for bowling balls, Les contemplated offering her only $5 for them.
And I'm gonna come through, and when I let that bitch go, I boom.
I was actually interested in these bowling balls until she almost broke my counter.
The woman persisted, emphasizing the need for $150. However, Les refused her request, stating that he couldn't do anything about it. Frustrated, the woman insisted that Les give her the desired amount, but he firmly rejected her demand, telling her to leave. Unwilling to comply, the woman stood her ground and refused to leave. Les threatened to call the police, urging her to take her balls and depart. The woman continued to argue, but Les insisted that she leave his shop.
She'll be lucky now if I give her $5 for them. How much did you pay for them?
$200, $219. Baby, check them out. They in the
Show me a
book.
receipt.
A receipt? That's what I done. I said I paid $200 for them. I mean, what the you
I don't believe you.
The woman's rapid speech and persistence seemed to annoy Les. He stated that what she needed to do was take a deep breath and calm down, and they wanted to tell her that the shop was not interested in buying her bowling balls. In the end, the security guard intervened and asked the woman to leave the shop. The woman left, still talking rapidly as she exited.
Motherfucking bowling balls. That's what you do. Oh, the big one.
Well, here's the deal. I just moved from New Jersey. We just bought a house, and she sent me here. She said, see what you can pick up. Like, I'll bet you can make a deal with this one over here.
I'll bet I could.
A man walked into the pawn shop and Les Gold, the owner, greeted him. The man explained that he had recently moved from New Jersey and was looking to buy some items for his new house. Les suggested they look for something he could afford and make a deal with. They came across a couch and the man expressed interest, but he also pointed out that it was dirty and asked if it would be cleaned before he bought it.
You gonna clean all that up before I buy it?
That's why it's so inexpensive, right?
Really? That's nasty.
Les informed him that their used furniture often had some marks or stains on it, which was why it was priced lower. The man seemed displeased and mentioned that he only had $200 to spend. He tried to negotiate a lower price, stating that his own shoes were cleaner than the couch. He also made negative comments about Ashley, Les Gold's daughter, who apparently had received the couch from Les. This remark angered Les, and he warned the man not to disrespect him or his daughter.
I bet you're the mother that's been sitting on here farting.
This was actually my couch. We had to reupholster it and I gave it to Ashley.
She must be nasty too.
The man continued to insult Ashley, which led Les to ask his security guard to intervene. The security guard, a large and imposing figure, escorted the man out of the shop, instructing him to leave and take his disrespectful behavior elsewhere. As the man left, the security guard reiterated that the way things were done in New Jersey didn't apply in Detroit. He emphasized the importance of showing respect and not damaging someone's property. The man, still insisting on his $200 offer, was told to go somewhere else with that amount.
Walk out. Walk out, my man. I don't know how the hell y'all do it in New Jersey, but Detroit, you don't come to a man's house disrespecting him, you don't jump on the furniture, you don't insult his daughter, and you don't insult his 7-foot, 400-pound bodyguard.
Hurry up, please. I gotta be working 3 o'clock, so please.
Ma'am, do you want to come back when you have more time? This lady comes up to me with over an $1,100 layaway balance. She hasn't paid in over 2 months.
A woman entered the pawn shop where Les Gold and Ashley were busy with their work. The woman approached them with an outstanding layaway balance of over $1,100, which she hadn't paid in over 2 months. She expressed her desire to pay only $1 toward the balance. Les couldn't believe what he was hearing. Les explained that layaway required regular payments and that on a $1,200 loan, she needed to pay $50. He tried to make her understand that she had to contribute more than just $1 if she wanted to settle the balance.
The way a layaway works is you put a deposit on an item, we'll hold it for as long as you keep making those payments. If she would have looked at our policy, she would see that on a $1,200 loan, you need to pay $50.
The woman seemed to be frustrated and claimed she had a credit of $200. Les found her behavior confusing and questioned why she would come in and offer only $1 when she had a credit amount. The woman started to raise her voice and began berating Les. He tried to maintain composure, urging her to calm down and respect the process. However, her disrespect continued and she made derogatory comments about Les and his store.
I gotta be at work. Time is ticking. Time is money.
Why don't you come back when you have time?
I live way in Milan. I'm not coming at you. This is poor business. I done gave y'all so much money, and then this is how I get treated.
Ma'am, you're past due.
That's fine.
Les had reached his limit with the woman's behavior and responded, but he was still calm and firm. The woman's insults escalated, implying that Les would rot in hell. This deeply upset Les, as he believed that no one should be subjected to such abuse. The encounter had pushed Les to his breaking point. He had had enough of the woman's insults and disrespectful behavior. He hoped that she would reflect on her actions and would repent. In the end, the woman left the pawn shop in frustration and anger.
And I hope you have fun with your thousands and help burn with you when you burn it.
You, please.
I would like to get a loan on this, please.
How much would you like?
$100.
I'll check it for you. Can I have your ID?
Sure, and that's with my 20%, right?
A person entered the pawn shop and approached the reception desk where a woman was stationed. He engaged in a negotiation about a certain amount of money. The person insisted on receiving $100 and the woman asked for his ID. There was a mention of a 20% arrangement which the person believed entitled them to receive an additional $20. However, the woman explained that the 20% applied to existing loans at other pawn shops, not to the current transaction.
I'm supposed to get 120. I'm supposed to get 20%. You said you gonna give me 100. I get 20% of 100.
I can give you.
Can I have a manager?
Frustrated, the person demanded to speak to the manager. Seth Gold arrived to intervene and calm the situation. Despite Les's attempts to diffuse the tension, the person became increasingly angry and refused to accept the explanation. The person insisted on receiving the extra $20 he believed he was entitled to.
The sign right here say I get 20%.
Read it. To get 20% more on your items, you need to have an existing loan at another pawn shop. Bring me in the ticket, and when you take it out of that pawn shop, I'll give you 20% more than that pawn shop gave you.
The escalating argument caught the attention of the security guard, who decided to intervene. Realizing that the person's anger was not subsiding, the guard took action and expelled him from the pawn shop. The person reluctantly left, still upset about the situation and feeling cheated out of his desired $20. As the person exited the shop, he vented his frustrations and expressed his disappointment over the turn of events. He contemplated seeking revenge on the pawn shop in some form, even suggesting damaging property. However, he ultimately decided to let go of his anger and move on.
I'm not chasing you
Get the
down.
mother time.
I'm not
Non-ass mother. I'm gonna get my $20 worth. Huh? $20 worth right there, bitches.
My girlfriend, she came up here and she got rid of my Xbox 360 and I came up here to get it back. We got into an argument and I woke up and it wasn't there. I called her and I asked her where was it at and she told me it was up here.
A man arrived at the pawn shop looking for his girlfriend's lost item. Ashley engaged in negotiations with him to try and help him locate the missing item. The man explained that his girlfriend had visited the shop earlier and had sold the item without his knowledge. He was now desperate to retrieve it. Ashley informed the man that since the item had been sold under his girlfriend's name, he would need her information to access the transaction records.
You don't have a ticket.
I can give you my information.
Yeah, but it's not under your name. Can't give you any information about somebody else's account. Here's what you can do.
I would like my 360.
Okay, so here's what you can do.
The man expressed his frustration but agreed to provide the necessary details. However, Ashley warned him that using someone else's account information was against the rules. Despite the warning, the man insisted that he needed the item back and was willing to do whatever it took. Ashley tried to calm him down and suggested that he could buy another one. She took him to show him other items, but he said he would grab them for free and would not pay anything.
We can sell you another one.
Well, let me just look for one that I want to grab.
Okay, you go that way. Wait, right
hey, what up
here,
260s there, bro?
I'll sell you one for $200.
No, I can grab one for free.
Excuse me?
The security guard grew concerned about the escalating situation and attempted to intervene. Suddenly, in a desperate attempt to escape the security guard, the man unexpectedly jumped into a nearby barrel. The security guard and Ashley were taken aback by the man's actions, finding it both unusual and bizarre. Finally, he had to leave the shop forcefully.
Get the out. Now! Don't ever step back.
You gonna make me move?
Get out of my face, my store.
I had a beat maker. I don't have my ticket, but I do got my license.
You don't have anything in pawn with us. You sold the items to us.
No, I didn't.
A woman entered the pawn shop and approached an employee sitting behind the computer. They engaged in a conversation about the woman's missing ticket and the items she had pawned or sold to the shop. The employee asked the woman about her ticket, but the woman replied that she didn't have it. After checking the details on the computer, the employee mentioned that the woman had sold some items to the shop previously, but she claimed that she didn't sell any items. She seemed agitated and upset.
She didn't look at the piece of paper she had when she walked away, so she didn't know she sold it.
Seth Gold arrived and greeted the woman. However, instead of being friendly, the woman became even angrier. She expressed her dissatisfaction with the situation and insisted that she needed her ticket. Seth tried to reason with her, but she remained adamant.
You were given the option. Do you want to sell your merchandise or you want to pawn it?
I didn't sell my I pawned my
The woman attempted to make a phone call, seemingly asking somebody to immediately arrive at the pawn shop. However, her actions only added to the tension in the shop. Just as the situation escalated, Les Gold entered the scene and she started arguing with him. Despite her protest, Seth insisted that she had sold her merchandise and couldn't get it back without a ticket. As the argument continued, it became clear that the woman was not going to get her items back.
A little
my
phone
brother
call?
be up here to handle y'all motherfucking
You have to leave.
I'm not leaving. I'm not
You have to
leaving.
leave.
The employees maintained that it was her responsibility to keep track of her ticket and that the shop couldn't assist her without it. Frustrations grew, and eventually the woman was forcefully removed from the pawn shop. Throughout the ordeal, Seth and Les tried to reason with the woman, explaining the shop's policies and the choices she had made when she initially brought her merchandise in. However, she insisted that she had lost her ticket and demanded assistance. Despite the employees' attempts to defuse the situation, the woman remained defiant and threatened to involve her brother. This threat only heightened tensions, leading to her ultimate removal from the premises.
I'm not going nowhere.
Les just took over my job for a second. I was like, hello, our security,
Bitch, move. These is diamonds. My fiance brought them for me in California last year. He paid $1,000 for them. I just want $300.
A woman arrived at the pawn shop carrying a bag of diamonds she wanted to sell. Les Gold, the owner of the shop, immediately engaged in negotiations with her. The woman claimed that her fiancé had purchased the diamonds for her in California the previous year. She claimed that her fiancé paid $1,000 for the diamonds, but she only wanted $300. However, Les doubted their authenticity and questioned her about the diamond's quality.
So how long you been with this guy?
We've been together like 4 years.
Is he honest with you?
Yeah.
No, they're not real.
What?
The woman was confident that the diamonds were real and insisted that Les was mistaken. Les examined the diamonds closely, holding them up to the light to inspect their clarity. Despite the woman's protestations, Les remained skeptical, suggesting that the diamonds were fake. Frustrated by Les's doubts, the woman started to shout. She claimed that her fiancé couldn't deceive her and she loved him a lot.
He wouldn't lie to me.
me.
Of
and
course not.
I don't wear no fake. You trying to play me.
If they were real, don't you think I would offer you money for them?
Why your big ass standing here? What the you want?
Les countered her claim by stating that if the diamonds were genuine, he would offer her a substantial sum of money. However, the woman was unable to receive any cash because the diamonds were indeed fake. Growing increasingly agitated, the woman accused Les of trying to deceive her. In response, Les informed her that her time in the shop was over and that she needed to leave. A security guard approached her and she was expelled from the shop.
Bring that cash out.
I wish I could.
No, ain't no wish you could. You look. Don't wave your damn hand at me.
He was waving goodbye because it's time to go.
Ain't nobody about to tell me goodbye. No.
I'm here to pick up my computer. Sure. I lost my pawn ticket.
You have ID?
No, I gave it to the lady over there already.
You gave what to the lady over there?
My ID.
A woman entered the pawn shop with the intention of picking up her computer. Seth Gold engaged in negotiations with her regarding the necessary identification. She informed Seth that she had already given her ID to another lady in the shop. Seth appeared confused and inquired about the lady to whom she had given her ticket, but the woman didn't have a clear answer. She insisted on getting her computer back as it was her main concern.
And then you just walked over here, or she say walk over here?
I just walked over here and waited a moment.
How many moments did you wait?
I don't know all that. I just want my computer.
Right. She took your ID.
Are you an idiot or something?
Seth got angry when she called him an idiot, but he controlled his anger. He asked her to join him so they could find the lady to whom she had given her ticket. They moved to another area of the shop. Seth seemed frustrated, but they finally found the lady. He asked her to resolve the issue. He handed her the ID and she confirmed that the computer was priced at $247. The woman finally received her computer.
Where's the computer?
So you know where you found me? That's where they're gonna
Yeah,
bring
that's
you.
where I found you. Oh, hell no. I need to see somebody up in here.
Upon receiving her computer, the woman noticed that it was damaged and stained, unlike its condition when she initially brought it in. She expressed her dissatisfaction and argued that it had been cleaned before. Seth defended the shop's procedures, claiming that they had marked down the issues with the computer and it was scratched at that time. The woman became increasingly upset and raised her voice, demanding to see someone in charge. A security guard approached and instructed the woman to calm down. He insisted that it was time for her to leave. The woman voiced her displeasure and kicked one of the cones off the floor as she exited the shop.
I want me another computer for all these. That's an apple.
Mark down what was wrong with it, and it's scratched. You're just getting loud. Time for you to go.
Nah, I want me another computer.
This don't work. I spent $160.
You bought this here?
Yes.
We just want our money back. The problem is I can't give you a refund. We just don't have that option.
A man and his sister arrived at the pawn shop seeking a refund for a purchase. Rich Pyle engaged in negotiations with the man. However, things took a turn for the worse when Rich informed him that a refund was not an option. The man grew angry and began arguing, expressing his dissatisfaction.
Sold my sister some broken merchandise. And it says right there, everything sold as is, no cash refunds. Why not? Because it's not an option.
Recognizing the escalating situation, Les Gold, the owner of the pawn shop, stepped in to handle the matter personally. Despite Les's efforts to convince the man otherwise, he remained steadfast in his demand for a refund. Les believed that the man was merely trying to impress his sister and escalate the situation further. Tensions rose, and eventually the security guard intervened and expelled the man from the premises.
All in here waiting, all impatient and stuff. What you doing, dog? Get off me, man!
In contrast, the man's sister was treated with respect throughout the ordeal, as she did not engage in any disruptive behavior. Les and the staff recognized her innocence in the situation and ensured she was not involved in the conflict. Later, after the man was removed from the shop, Les and his team made sure to address the sister's concerns. They prioritized her satisfaction and offered to replace the broken merchandise she had purchased. They replaced the stereo unit for her, and she expressed her gratitude for their assistance. Les emphasized the importance of customer satisfaction, urging her to be content with her new item.
Make sure you're happy with everything that you got going on before you take off.
When all is said and done, we replaced the stereo for her. She was more than happy to take another unit.
I come here all the time, so you just gonna mess it up for me?
I've been thrown out a better place.
Les Gold and his team seem like experts, but sometimes scammers can be smarter. You won't want to miss our video, Most Expensive Scams on Hardcore Pawn. Click here to watch.